The Ikea Norden table comes in two boxes. The first thing I try to do is make sure that all the parts are there by checking them with the manual and counting them, and also the screws are complete, and I also get to know which screw goes where. What I'm doing here is just getting to know all the different kinds of screws and bolts, so when the manual calls for it to be used, I know which one I need to use. Another method which you may use is by laying the items in the order in which you require them. That also helps. The first stage of the fitting requires the use of the dowels. Be careful, there are two types of dowels. I'm using the bigger ones, and there are only 4 of this type. This part joins the 2 foldable legs. I have placed the legs in such a way that they are stable before attaching it with the little whip. This one you don't require much equipment, you just knock them into place. The next stage of the fitting will require the use of the small the spanner and the screwdriver, and you require the very long screw and the little screw which goes inside the wood. You place it in such a way that the screw goes into the hole in the internal screw, and then you tighten it. Repeat for all 4 sides. The next stage of the fitting requires using the 2 metal flat plates. There are 2 in number, and you put them on each side. You're going to use the medium screws. You require altogether 4 screws. Once you're done that, you set that aside and get the 3 flat wood. There are 2 big ones and 1 small one, because this make the top of the table. So you're gonna fix the hinges. You've got 4 hinges which you're gonna attach to each of the sides, 2 on each side. You require your screwdriver and the medium size screws. Make sure you've got protection on the floor to avoid scratching the top of the table. For the next stage of the fitting, you're going to turn the legs upside down and place it on the base. In order to screw it to the base, you're going to require 6 of the medium screws. That's 3 on each side. The next stage is to insert the plastic protector screw on the 4 stationary legs, and you also have 2 each for the collapsible legs. This can be done using a small hammer. Once this is done, then the next thing is for you to turn the table over on its legs. The next stage is to put together the drawers. There are 6 in number. You start by putting in the plastic screws. You put it from the outside and it goes all the way in, and you take the longer side and try and hit it not too hard with a small hammer until it's tight. Slip the base in the grooves that have been provided. Then you put the other side of the other long side on and hammer in the plastic screws from the outside until it's all in and it's stable. To put the back on, you're gonna use 4 screws and 2 dowels. You also have to put in four, I call them internal screws, but I'm sure there's a technical name for them, and you use the base, those screws, to hook onto them, then use a screwdriver to tighten them. You notice that as you tighten it, it becomes tighter. The space, the gap between the wood closes up. So you repeat the same process for the next 5 drawers. Once you're done putting together the drawers, you place them in the table, and that's it. If you've really enjoyed watching my video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.